afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this. This is the Bako Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Louis Amestoy. You are watching us live on Bakersfield.com or on demand on one of our many channels. You can watch this show on a Roku app, on Chromecast, on Amazon Fire, on Facebook, YouTube, name it. We probably have it somewhere. And I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and colleague, Mike Griffith.
Yeah, I'm
Grumpy
here.
Griff, you're here?
Yeah, I want to say hello, Edmonton.
Hello, Edmonton.
Yeah, we seem to have a lot of racers come down from Edmonton to participate at the March meet and the Hot Rod Reunion. So give a shout out to all the Edmonton racers.
Edmonton racers. Oh, you know what? There's strong ties now between Edmonton and Bakersfield.
Yeah,
now.
Hockey and racing.
Hockey
it's
and
not
racing.
a bad thing.
We had another Edmonton winner win at the Hot Rod Reunion, right?
Yes, we did. Ryan Hodgkin, the pro mod looking nitro funny car, kind of a lot of people
didn't look
don't
like a nostalgia car.
No, it looks like a pro mod, and
Yeah.
it runs well, and they've got a pretty good brain trust there working and tuning the car, so it's a very quick hot rod.
Now that team won here a couple years ago, right? Was that the same team?
No,
that Tim
it
Boychuk was with.
Well, no, it was Boychuk won.
Okay, right.
But another Edmonton product,
Another
Tim
Edmonton
Boychuk.
product, right.
So and there's quite a few Edmonton races in different classes. They like to come down. It's kind of getting cold up there, so you come down here in October, get a little warmth, and then go back there and freeze until March.
Well, yeah, that's they can't wait to get down here for the March.
Yeah, I think
that point.
If you live in Edmonton, coming down here in March is a great thing.
It's a
that's for sure.
Great opportunity. Speaking of which, there goes Blake Bowser, who's going to talk about the Hot Rod Reunion in our next segment because there's so much going on with what happened there this weekend. We've got tons of photos. This is show number 36, by the way. This is our penultimate show. There's Bill Dunlap.
Bill Dunlap. I mean, come on, yeah, he's what a great guy and still running strong. Won the race at 74, 75 years old. He was the first Hot Rod Reunion winner in 1992, and that's when they actually ran vintage. He ran his vintage old A-Fuel dragster with a few safety upgrades back then, and the sport has changed dramatically in 24 years.
The win over the weekend snapped the Tony Bartone streak. We'll have more about that in the next segment in Top Fuel, and then I mentioned Hodgson winning in the funny car division. So pretty impressive. Who's your Grumpy Griff Award winner?
Well, if I want to be really grumpy, it's not an award winner, but Chris can probably show something I have up on my Facebook page, and I'm kind of grumpy about this. And
can you show Chris? There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, there's Harley. Harley was MIA. At the March meet. Harley is the dog belongs to Gino, one of the Famoso Raceway officials. And Harley,
he's always been there.
He's always been there. He rides around the golf cart, and what's he do?
Yep.
All the time.
That
dog loves to ride around that golf cart and the races, and he was banned by the NHRA. He could not be at Famoso this weekend.
Wow.
Yep, banned. Harley was banned. Gino was there. No Harley. Racers were pretty unhappy about it. I can't show the comments on Facebook. There were plenty of dogs in the pits, but apparently because it's an official, it was a liability. So Harley was banned, but God willing, Harley and Gino will be back for the March meet, and Harley will be happily barking his head off.
Will Harley be the Grumpy Griff of Driver of the Week then?
He wasn't there, so he can't be, but he's kind of my grumpy comment of the week. My Driver of the Week is Brendan Fry out of Taft.
Brendan Fry out of Taft will be our Grumpy Griff winner, and we'll talk about Brendan Fry a little bit here at the end of this segment here. But let's talk a little bit about the Roundy Rounds, as you call them. By the way, you didn't get a chance to see the F1 race in Austin, Texas.
No, and I forgot to record anything because I left for
goodness.
Famoso like 3 days before the weekend, so...
Unbelievable. It was raining really hard down there in Texas, and they raced those cars on that track, and man, it was terrifying to watch at times. Give them credit.
F1 cars in the rain are fun to watch.
That was amazing to see. That's when you have to really drive. I mean, when you're coming around those turns and
all the traction control doesn't work as well when the surface is slick and
unbelievable.
They're fun, but the race was in dry,
right?
But the qualifying was in wet,
Oh
so
my gosh,
that had to be quite a scene.
Something else to see, and it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't just raining; it was like hurricane raining. It was what Texas has been drenched this year, and it was incredible to see that. Hey, by the way, the Fast Trip All Area Motorsports team. We're going to name these guys December 5th. We already know who a lot of them are. 3 wins at an oval track and you get in. That's for Bakersfield area tracks. Includes out-of-area drivers who compete regularly at local facilities. 2 wins at a drag strip. out-of-area drivers who race regularly at Auto Club Famoso Raceway are eligible. So we got a lot of guys who are going to be in there. Points championships, your local track or sanctioned series. So a lot of guys in that one. A March meet, and we haven't added this one, but it is a Hot Rod Reunion Championship. Brendan Fry, big win there.
Yeah, joins his brother who gets in. He was the ANRA champion, won a couple races in NE3.
I wonder how many brothers.
That would be Austin, and Austin won that ANRA title. And he also even won a sports mod race this year for good measure.
Yeah, well, in fact, we have some photos of that as well. Good behavior also gets you in. November 4th is our season finale next week. We will have a quiz for Steve Hughes and Blake Bowser about their 6 things that they thought were noteworthy during the 2015 season, even though their seasons are still going on in some ways, but the bulk of their big events have gone on, and it's been an incredible year for incredible year for everybody this year. There's been so many highlights this year. It's interesting to watch our Facebook page. By the way, check out our Facebook page at the Power Hour. We're right around almost 1,900 followers now or likes on Facebook, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's the interesting peaks that we see around the big events. So March meet, we got a peak. Saturday Nitro, we got a peak. California Hot Rod Reunion, big peak. By far our biggest one, I think, of the season.
Followers in Australia now, so
44 Australians now follow us on.
There's the popularity of the nostalgia drag racing scene. I think it says a lot for what's going on, especially at Famoso, Bakersfield in particular, because the races are so big there.
You know, it's interesting that so many of our fans that are on our Facebook page, you know, we have a core from Bakersfield. There's like 600 directly from Bakersfield, but there's so many from outside of the area, which shows that we're doing some interesting things. So there you go. There's my there's the Vizio screen behind me. All right, let's talk a little bit more about what we've got going on here. So again, the show finale next week. By the way, here is Talladega.
Talladega. I didn't record this. I was a little busy, but I did get home on a Sunday night and happened to see that all I needed to see on all the controversy there at Talladega, where I guess we had a restart that wasn't a restart, and Kevin Harvick taking out a driver or not taking out a driver.
Harvick said his engine was failing. And he was just trying to get through. And if they didn't have that,
Trevor Bayne was in the way. So, you know, an interesting thing, Logano wins again, and nobody's talked about Logano. He's won 3 straight. So let's see. I'm beyond Talladega. I'm very interested to see how Joey Logano does at Martinsville.
He's obviously the man to beat, though. So do you think he's vulnerable now? I mean, with the remaining 8 guys that are in this deal? What do you think?
He's made some enemies. Matt Kenseth. So, you know.
And what about Harvick, though? I mean, Harvick definitely.
Harvick, nobody wants him in the chase.
Yeah.
Because they're worried about him, too. And nobody probably wants Logano in the chase. And it looks like mano now. It's like no holds barred, and, you know.
But it seems like Harvick's had so many little issues lately. You know, I mean, there's been
that car ran really well till the end, and then he thought he had a broken header pipe or something in the engine, and so
right.
Yeah, there's been some issues, but hey, he's in the final 8 now, and that's
well. Here is the final 8, and let's go to the next. I think we have the next graphic. There they are: Logano, Hamlin, Newman, Edwards, Harvick, Gordon, Keselowski, and Matt Kenseth.
And how about Gordon? He's just hanging in there, hanging in there, and that's all you have to do is hang in there and get in that final 4.
And you got a shot to win.
You got a shot to win, and Jeff Gordon he's done nothing spectacular, but he's hanging in there.
Do you still like this format? I think it's kind of fun, actually.
You know, it certainly draws interest and has people talking, because if it was the old point format, this championship would probably be over.
Yeah.
And nobody would be talking much about NASCAR. And as they've proved, they'll do whatever you have to win or advance. Logano takes out Kenseth to win. He didn't have to.
Well, I mean, that final and the way that race ended, I mean, it was probably one of the few things that you know, I could tell from social media that was actually sort of trumping the NFL for a little while there. I don't know if it really did trump the NFL, but
a little bit because of Dale Earnhardt not making it too, and you know, and there's always conspiracy theorists that NASCAR wants to do what's right for Dale, but if they'd thrown a yellow at a little different time, that probably would have been better for Dale and worse for other guys, and they didn't do it.
In some ways, Dale not making it makes it even more interesting, but because Dale is so gracious about stuff. You know,
and he just says, hey, we got down to Talladega. We didn't do the job before Talladega.
Right.
When you get down there and you have to win at Talladega, as everybody knows, that's trouble.
I have to admit that, since I've come onto this thing here, and I find him to be one of the more fascinating sports characters out there. He's kind of earnest and just takes care of stuff, and he's funny as heck on Twitter. I mean, he's a great follow on Twitter.
Yeah, and it took him forever to get on Twitter. He said no, and then he finally got on and got a bajillion followers right away, and he's really good on it.
Yeah, he's really funny. All right, let's go through the end of this here. So 15th at Talladega. Just enough. Casey Mears, I don't know if he got caught up in that mess at the end there. He finishes 31st. Martinsville this weekend, Texas on the 8th, and Phoenix at the 15th. And Harvick is always as well at Phoenix, so we'll see how that goes. We'll take a break here on this note with Brendan Fry's A gas car, 57 Chevy. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Power Hour.